Hello, my name is Nandin with Schoolmonk YouTube channel. In this video, I will be talking about why I joined an Amazon Mastermind group and whether you should join an Amazon Mastermind group as an Amazon seller. So my history with Mastermind groups, I've always wanted to network with high intensity, Amazon sellers or business people because I love being around people who are smart and with high intensity, and they always sharpen my mind, and they always have solutions that I would never think of. And so, part of why I am making this video is to share with you my journey, what I wish I knew when I started in 2012, and how to um, uh, execute better on your Amazon business. And this is one of the pieces of that puzzle. So in 2012, I started selling on Amazon, and I actually went on Upwork and paid this guy who was a big Amazon seller back then for I think 1 or 2 hours of their time, and it was very helpful because they shared with me experiences on the Amazon platform that I didn't know, like make sure you follow Amazon's rules and pay attention to the reviews, those things that I didn't know before, and it was very helpful. And then in 2014, I always wanted to go and connect with other people because I know that I can learn a lot from other people's experiences. So I would go to conferences beginning in 2014. There was IRCE in Chicago, and then after that, there was the Prosper Show that I've been going to every year. And so conferences are great for news trends, general topics, and networking. But what they're not good for is they like once you take those theory and how do I apply it to my particular issue. For example, if I'm wrestling with cash flow, I'm having a cash flow crunch. What should I do? Those particular situation. It's kind of it's hard. It's not to traverse that and walk through that yourself. So really, you need somebody with expertise to be able to do that. And then 2017, I joined a wholesaling mastermind group. I was paying $10,000 for 6 months and $500 a month after that, and it was basically one leader who was mentoring the like he was a successful wholesaling Amazon seller and mentoring people like us. But I was on a similar boat and different business model from him, so there wasn't as much value from that as I would have liked. And so in 2018, this guy named Tyler Jeffcoat with Sellers Roundtable. That's a picture of him. He's a great friend of mine. After all these years of getting to know him, but he and Daniel Solid started a mastermind group in Atlanta called Sellers Roundtable. And basically, we would meet a bunch of Amazon sellers. We would meet 4 hours once a month. And that went well for first 2 years, and then 2020, right before COVID, we went virtual. I mean, just the timing was really good. And in 2020, we went virtual, and instead of meeting 4 hours once a month, we met twice a month and 2 hours each on virtual. And then we also have a retreat twice a year. And we just had that, and that was a really awesome experience. And I joined from the beginning, and like basically it took us about a year for the small group, the mastermind group, to really people to open up and really trust each other to where we can openly talk about our listings and our products and our finances together. And that took a while, and then it got better as the relationship were built over time. So there's about 10 to 15 Amazon sellers who are 7-figure and higher over the years who are in this group, and that's where the value comes from. And my experiences with Sellers Roundtable is it is one of the best decisions I made business wise, because it has since I've joined, it has helped me execute in my business better. I learn a ton each time we meet because other people have a lot of other experiences with Amazon, with businesses. And I always learn a lot from that. In particular, there's this part of the business. So the first part, we kind of share about our businesses and how we're doing, and sometimes we invite speakers come and talk to us. But the greatest value that I got is the how do I section. So it's a section in the last part of the meeting where we wrestle with the most pressing questions about our businesses. So, for example, questions would be like, how do I lower my tacos without lowering my sales? And then the person who asked that question would explain on it, and then we other people would chime in and ask clarifying questions to see, what the underlying root causes are. And then the last part is they would chime in and give their advice about the questions that are being asked. And that those questions have been life-changing for our businesses. And the third part of the group that's been really awesome is the accountability. We share with each other our goals and our visions for our companies, for not just our company, but for our personal life as well. And so the other members kind of make sure that they hold me accountable for executing on those visions, and to see how I'm doing going forward. So as you can see, like, my experience with Mastermind Group has varied, but the one I have finally found that's been really awesome has really been life-changing for our businesses. In particular, learning the entrepreneur's operating system with the book Traction from this group, and 4 Disciplines of Execution from the book 4 Disciplines of Execution in this group has really helped us execute much better. So the next question is, should you join a mastermind group? Selling on Amazon can be a pretty lonely road. When you come and talk to you go to parties and talk to your friends about selling on Amazon, and their eyes starts glazing over, that means that they're not interested. And then when we talk to our spouses about the Amazon business, we're under immense pressure, and they don't necessarily understand what we're going through, and the details of it. And so it really helps us have somebody who is in the business, who can walk this road with you. And then also, you can't really talk to your employees about it, because sometimes you have to wrestle with decisions that could mean that whether that employee has a job or not, and they're not gonna stand up to you and hold you accountable for those decisions. They're afraid of losing their job. So that's why I highly recommend it. If you want to execute on your business better, then join a mastermind group. And then the other thing that you get out of the mastermind group that is, you get to share best practices. What's working, what's not working. Amazon space moves so fast that you need other people with experiences to share theirs, so that you can learn best practices quickly, because what you learn can be obsolete within a year, and there's just not you just cannot have enough experiences executing on this. There's just so much complexity in selling on Amazon. And then the last part is like worst case scenario. The mastermind group is a group therapy. When your container costs from China to the U.S. goes from 2,000 to 20,000. You want to know whether that's just you, or that's everybody experiencing that, or when your sales are down, and you're losing money. Is that just you, or is that the whole Amazon space, or the FBA fees going up? So all those things, just having somebody to talk it out and share experiences, whether you're just on your own or somebody else is experiencing that, is really helpful. All right. So a couple of tips if you're looking for our Amazon Mastermind group, is like your main selling channel matters. Like if Amazon's your main selling channel, or your website, or Walmart, or eBay, or whatever, that matters, because you want to find people with the main channels. There's overlap there, because each channel has a different strategy. Even selling on Amazon, your Amazon strategy matters. Whether you're retail arbitrage, wholesale arbitrage, or private label. Like retail arbitrage, you're worrying about what's the hottest thing that's going to sell next week or next month, right? And wholesale arbitrage, you don't worry about advertising. Whereas private label, you do worry about private advertising. And so we're in wholesale and private label, so that matters too. And your scale matters. If you're just on your own by yourself and a VA, that is a different experience than if you have 10 employees or if you have 50 or 100 employees. Your challenges are different. So you want to get with people who are in similar stage of your scale of your business, so that way you can share similar challenges and experiences. What is the meeting format? Is it online, in person? Is there small groups? Because there are some groups, some mastermind groups are like just a few smart people talking and everybody else listening. There's not a lot of engagement. I love the small group format because then it's engaging and it can talk about my specific issues. And is it free or paid? If paid, then how much? I don't recommend free because free advice is one of the most expensive advice that you can get. And there's little buy-in when it's free. So when it's paid is more buy-in from the participants, and that filters out people who are not serious. So I ran a ChatGPT to get a list of mastermind groups. I don't know most of these mastermind groups. I know a few of them, but this is the answer that it gave me. All these are some of the mastermind groups that ChatGPT came back with, and then this is like 20 more here. Do your own homework, figure out which one works. But I do recommend joining one. And if there's not one that you like in particular, you can start your own. But over the years, there's been a ton of new groups starting, and so I would recommend joining that journey. If you're a 7-figure Amazon seller and private label and wholesale arbitrage, when you're interested in this group, contact Tyler with Seller's Accountant, and he could schedule an interview and see if you're a good fit for our group. So that's it. I wanted to make this video. If you like it, subscribe and like our video and subscribe to our channel. I wanted to make this video and share of why I love Amazon's Mastermind group and why I joined, and that has been one of the biggest difference in our business.